Hey everyone, this is Trini Comic Book Fan, and today I'll be doing my top 5 Batman story arcs. Before we get started, let me just say that I'm only focusing on the plot points instead of going into the whole story, so I wouldn't spoil anything for anyone who hasn't read it as yet. Also, stories like Year 1, The Dark Knight Returns, and The Killing Joke will not be on this list due to the fact that they have already been animated and their major plot points has already been spoiled. So basically this is my top 5 Batman story arcs that have not been animated as yet. And also the endgames will not be on this list due to the fact that I have not read it as yet. With that out of the way, let's begin, shall we? Number 5, The Court of Owls. Beware the Court of Owls that watches all the time, ruling Gotham from a shadow perch behind Garnet and Lime. They watch you at your heart, they watch you in your bed. Speak not, he whisper word of them, or they'll send a talent for your head. The Court of Owls is a legend told in a nursery rhyme about an ancient group of assassins that use architecture and murder to gain political power and rule over Gotham. The story begins with the rise in Arkham, which is quickly stopped by Batman and Dick Grayson disguised as Joker. Returning to his civilian identity, Bruce Wayne announces a massive development plan to take Gotham into the future. Meanwhile, Detective Harvey Bullock discovers a dead body in his apartment with a message saying that Bruce Wayne will die tomorrow. Number 4, the Azrael story arc. This storyline begins after Batman issue 497, when Bane breaks Batman's back, leaving a crippled Bruce Wayne unable to be Batman anymore. The mantle of the Bat was then picked up by Jean-Paul Valley, also known as Azrael, but Azrael has his own methods of dealing with the criminal elements in Gotham. Number 3, the Death in the Family storyline. I know, I said I wasn't going to do any story arcs that has been animated. But other than that one scene in the Red Hood movie, technically speaking, the Death in the Family story arc has not been animated. The story had to be on the list because of how much the death of Jason Todd affected Bruce. I'm not going to go into much details because of how popular the story is, but if you haven't read it as yet, it's a must-buy for your Bruce. Number 2, The Battle for the Cloud. The story begins after Final Crisis issue 6, where Batman is presumed dead. With the apparent death of Batman and Gotham falling into chaos, Nightwing enlists the help of the entire Bat family and their allies. Number 1, The Death of the Family story arc. Scott Snyder has become one of my top 10 favorite comic book writers, and this story arc is probably the reason why. This is probably one of the most twisted storylines written in recent years. The story gives you an insight on Joker, his feeling towards Batman, and the entire Bat family. I wish I can give you more insight on this story, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that without spoilers. All I can say is that Batman Death of the Family is a must-have for your collection, and you should probably go out and buy it now if you haven't had it. Hey guys, I'm sorry I couldn't go into any more details of any of the story arcs I gave you, but I didn't want to leave any spoilers. If you're new to the comic book scene and you're looking for any other reads, there is Batman Year 1, The Dark Knight Returns, and The Killing Joke, the 3 I mentioned at the beginning of the video. There's also the Hush storyline, but if you're looking for any recent reads, story arc, I recommend Batman Zero Year, Batman Robin Eternal, anything from Rhea Robbins, and Robin Wars. Well, that's it for now. Hope I see you next time. Peace, love, and respect from the comic, anime, and manga community of Trinidad and Tobago.